The cold wind blew softly across the empty land of the alien girl's home planet. Her eyes, large and glowing faintly blue, scanned the dark sky filled with dying stars. She was alone, the last of her kind, and her heart felt heavy with fear and hope. The planet was breaking apart slowly, its surface cracked and dry, the air thin and hard to breathe. She moved carefully over the cracked ground, her footsteps light, but her mind heavy. For many years, her people had vanished, taken by a disease or a war. No one really knew, only she remained, a fragile last hope for her entire race, a girl with a strange power deep inside. She held a small device in her hands, one she had used many times before, sending messages into the empty space. This time, the message was different, more urgent, more full of hope and fear. Her voice was soft but clear as she spoke into the device. To any life that hears this, I am the last of my kind. My planet dies, my people gone, and I need help. I beg you to come, to save us, she said. She sent the message again and again, hoping someone, somewhere would listen. The stars around her seemed cold and distant, but she did not lose faith. She remembered the stories her mother told her when she was small, about other worlds, about humans. Humans were strong and kind. Or so the stories said, and maybe one of them would answer her call. Her heart beat faster as she saw a tiny light in the sky, a small ship coming closer. Could it be real? Could someone have heard her plea? She watched as the ship grew larger, moving slowly toward her broken planet. Her hope grew, but so did her fear, for she did not know if these new beings would help or harm her. She remembered the warning signs of her people, how strangers brought danger and war. But this time, she had no choice, no other chance to save her kind. The ship landed gently on the cracked ground, dust rising in soft clouds. The door opened slowly, and figures stepped out, tall and strange, with faces covered in masks. They looked at her with eyes full of questions and surprise. Not expecting to find life here, she took a deep breath, trying to steady her trembling hands, and stepped forward. I am the last alien girl, she said softly. I need your help too. Save my species. The humans looked at each other, unsure of what to do, their voices quiet and careful. One spoke gently. Why should we help you? What can we do? She lowered her eyes, but spoke with strength. My people are dying. My planet is dying, and only I remain. I cannot do this alone. I need someone like you. Someone strong and kind. The humans listened, their faces showing doubt and curiosity. She showed them her device, her message, her hope, everything she had left. One of the humans stepped closer, his eyes soft beneath his mask. Tell us more, he said. She told them about her race, about the beauty and pain of her people, about the loss and the fear. She spoke of the need for survival, of a future that could be possible if they helped. Her voice was steady, but inside she prayed they would believe her. The humans talked quietly among themselves, weighing their choices carefully. She waited, her heart heavy with hope and fear, knowing the future of her species hung in the balance. Suddenly, the planet trembled beneath their feet, cracks spreading fast across the ground. The alien girl looked up with wide eyes. There is no time, she said. We must act now. One human nodded slowly. We will help, but we need to know everything first. She smiled faintly, a spark of hope shining in her tired eyes. For the first time in many cycles, she felt a chance to save her kind. The cold wind blew again, but this time, it carried a promise, a new beginning. The last alien girl was not alone anymore, and together, they would try to save her people. The stars watched silently above as a new story began on the dying planet, a story of hope, courage, and the fight for survival against all odds. And, in the quiet night, the girl prepared to face the future, no matter the cost. For she was the last hope, and she would not give up. The human ship stood quietly on the cracked surface of the dying planet, its engines humming softly. Inside, the crew moved carefully, their eyes full of questions and caution. They had never seen a planet like this, dry and broken, with a sky filled with strange stars. Their leader, Captain Mark, was a tall man with calm eyes and a steady voice. He looked at the small figure waiting outside, the last alien girl who had sent the urgent message. She stood with her head held high, but her eyes showed the deep sadness of her lonely world. The crew stepped out, their suits bright against the dull colors of the planet. The alien girl watched them carefully, wondering if they would help or turn away. Captain Mark took the first step forward, his voice kind but firm. We received your message, he said. The girl nodded slowly. Thank you for coming, she said softly. My world is dying, and I have no one else. The humans listened closely as she told them more about her planet and her people. Her voice trembled at times, but she did not stop. Knowing every word was important, she spoke of the disease that had taken her species, the wars that had destroyed their homes. She spoke of the loneliness that filled her days and the hope that still burned inside her. One of the crew, a woman named Sarah, stepped forward with gentle eyes. "How can we help?" she asked. The alien girl looked at them all, her heart beating fast. "There is only one way," she said. "I need a human to help me save my kind." The humans exchanged surprised glances, unsure what she meant exactly. The girl took a deep breath. "My species can survive only if I breed with a human," she explained. Her words hung in the air, heavy and full of meaning. Captain Mark frowned slightly but did not speak, waiting for more. The girl continued, "Without this chance, my people will be lost forever, and my world will die with me." The crew felt the weight of her words, the urgency and the truth behind them. Sarah asked carefully, "Is this safe? Is it possible?" The alien girl nodded. "It is risky, but it is the only hope." The humans thought deeply, the silence stretching between them. Captain Mark finally spoke. "We must understand everything before we agree." The alien girl agreed. Eagerly, "I will tell you all I know." She led them to a small shelter where she kept her few belongings and records. Inside, the humans saw pictures and data about her species, their history, their biology. The alien girl explained each detail with care, answering every question they asked. She showed them the places where her people had lived, the beautiful cities now in ruins. She spoke of the culture, the art, the love that once filled their lives. The humans felt a mix of sadness and respect for what had been lost. At night, the stars above seemed colder and brighter. Watching the meeting below, Captain Mark and his crew gathered to talk quietly among themselves. Some believed helping was the right choice, a chance to save a life and a species. Others worried about the unknown dangers and the risks they might face. Sarah stayed close to the alien girl, offering a smile and words of comfort. The girl felt a small warmth in her heart for the first time in many cycles. She looked at the humans and wondered if they could truly be the saviors she prayed for. Days passed slowly as they prepared for what was ahead. The humans studied the alien girl's biology and the science of her species. They talked about the possibilities and the dangers with open minds. The girl taught them about her culture and her hopes for a future. One evening, under the dim light of a broken moon, the alien girl and Sarah shared stories of their worlds. They found small moments of laughter and friendship in the vast loneliness of space. But the planet continued to crumble around them, a reminder of the urgent time. The alien girl's voice grew stronger. "We must act soon," she said. The humans nodded, readying their plans with careful hands and hopeful hearts. Captain Mark looked at the alien girl and said, "We will do what we can." The girl smiled, a quiet hope shining in her eyes. She knew the path would be hard and full of challenges. But for the first time, she believed in a chance for her people to live again, and together, they would begin the fight to save a lost world. The alien girl stood quietly in the small room filled with strange machines and soft lights. Her eyes looked at the humans around her, full of hope and fear. She knew the next moments were very important. She needed to tell them everything, to make them understand why she had asked for their help. Her voice was soft but clear as she began. "My species once lived in many worlds. We were strong, wise, and peaceful for many cycles. But then a great illness came to us, a sickness no healer could cure. It spread fast and took many lives. Our cities fell silent, and our people grew fewer each day." She paused for a moment, the memories heavy in her heart. The illness was not natural, she continued. It came from a war between species that wanted to control the stars. Our kind was caught in the middle and lost everything. The humans listened closely, their faces serious and kind. One of them, Sarah, asked gently, "How many of your people are left?" The alien girl looked down. "Only me. I am the last." A heavy silence filled the room as the truth settled around them. Then the girl looked up again, her eyes bright with determination. "But I carry a seed of hope, a power inside me that can save my kind. If I can breed with a human, we can create a new life, a new future for my people, a new beginning." The humans looked at one another, their minds racing with questions and doubts. Captain Mark spoke slowly. "This is a huge decision, not just for you, but for us too. We must be sure that this is right and safe." The alien girl nodded, understanding the weight of her request. "I know it is difficult, but time is short, and I have no other choice." She reached into a small box and pulled out a glowing crystal. "This is a gift from my people, a part of our life force. It will help protect any child born from this union, and it will carry our legacy." Sarah took the crystal carefully, feeling its warmth and energy. The alien girl smiled faintly. "We must work together if we want to succeed." The humans agreed to study the crystal and learn all they could about her biology. Days turned into nights as scientists and healers worked side by side. They ran tests, took samples, and asked many questions. The alien girl was patient and brave, sharing everything she knew. Slowly, the humans began to understand the complexity of the task ahead. They saw the risks, but also the incredible hope it held. One night, the alien girl sat alone outside, looking at the stars. Her thoughts were heavy, but her heart was full of hope. She whispered to the sky, "Please let this be the chance to save my people." Suddenly, a soft sound came from behind, and Sarah joined her quietly. They sat together, in silence, two very different beings connected by hope. Sarah said gently, "You are brave to carry this burden alone." The alien girl nodded. "I have no choice. But I am not alone anymore." The bond between them grew stronger, a friendship born in the darkest times. The humans prepared for the next steps. Knowing the challenges were only beginning, the alien girl's plea had touched their hearts, and they were ready to help. But they also knew dangers might come, not only from science but from fear and misunderstanding. The future was uncertain, and every moment counted. The alien girl stood tall, ready to face whatever came next. Her last hope was now in the hands of strangers, and she prayed they would not fail her. Together, they would fight for survival, for a new life, for the future of a lost race. The stars above shone quietly, watching over them all, as the girl and the humans began a journey that could change everything. A journey filled with hope, fear, and the promise of new beginnings. Asterisk. The humans gathered inside the ship's small meeting room, their faces serious as they talked about the alien girl's request. Captain Mark stood at the front, his eyes focused on the data floating in the air. The room was quiet, except for the soft sounds of voices and machines. Each crew member shared their thoughts with care. Some felt the hope in the alien girl's words and wanted to help without delay. Others worried about the risks, the unknowns, and the dangers they might face. Lieutenant Jacobs spoke first. "If this works, it could save a species and build a new alliance. But what if it does not? What if it brings harm to us or to her?" Sarah nodded slowly. "We must think about the ethics, the meaning of our choice. Are we ready to change the future of two species with this one decision?" Captain Mark listened carefully and then said, "We cannot ignore her plea. She is alone, desperate, and the future of her people depends on us. But we must be cautious, learn all we can, and prepare for any outcome." The crew agreed to continue their research and to involve experts back on Earth. They knew they had little time, but they wanted to make the right choice. The alien girl waited nearby, her heart heavy as she sensed the humans' doubts. She knew they were scared, just as she was, but she needed their trust. One evening, Sarah sat with her under the pale light of a dying star. She held the alien girl's hands gently and said, "We are trying to understand. Your story touches us deeply, but we need more than hope to move forward." The alien girl looked into Sarah's eyes and replied, "I understand. My people trusted hope once before and lost. But now I place my faith in you." The two shared a quiet moment, connected by a bond stronger than words. Back on the ship, the scientists worked around the clock. They studied the alien girl's biology, her DNA, and the strange crystal she carried. They found surprising similarities and differences that made their task difficult. But each discovery gave them more reason to believe in the possibility. Captain Mark received a message from Earth, urging caution but giving permission to proceed carefully. The weight of responsibility pressed down on him, but he stayed calm and strong. He called the crew together and said, "This mission is more than science. It is about life, trust, and the future of two worlds. We must be ready for everything, and we must stand together." The alien girl felt a spark of hope growing inside her. For the first time in many cycles, she saw a chance to save her people. But the road ahead was full of unknowns and challenges. She wondered if the humans would keep their promise when the time came. Days passed, and the planet grew colder and more unstable. Cracks widened, and the air grew thinner, reminding everyone that time was running out. The humans prepared the ship and their equipment for the next steps. They made plans for the procedure that might save the alien girl's species. Sarah stayed close to the alien girl, offering comfort and support. Their friendship grew deeper with each passing moment. One night, the alien girl shared a story from her childhood. She spoke of her family, of laughter and songs that once filled her home. Sarah listened with tears in her eyes, feeling the weight of loss and hope. The alien girl's voice was steady as she said, "I want to bring that joy back, not just for me, but for all who came before, and all who might come after." The humans promised to do everything they could to help. They knew the risks, but they also believed in the strength of hope and trust. The alien girl took a deep breath, ready for the challenges ahead. She knew the decision was made, and now she had to face what came next. With the humans by her side, she felt a courage she had not known before. The stars above shone quietly, watching as a new chapter began, a chapter of fear, hope, and the fight for survival. The last alien girl was no longer alone, and together they would try to save a species, and perhaps save a future for them all. The day had come when the humans and the alien girl prepared for the most difficult part of their mission. The plan was careful and full of risks, but hope pushed them forward. Inside the ship, scientists worked on special machines designed to help the alien girl and the human volunteer. Sarah had offered to be part of the plan, her heart full of courage and kindness. The alien girl watched the humans as they moved with purpose, checking and rechecking every detail. Her heart raced with fear and hope, knowing this was the moment that could save her species. The human volunteer, a young man named Daniel, was nervous but determined. He had trained for many cycles for missions like this, but nothing had prepared him for this. The alien girl met his eyes and gave a small smile. "We do this together," she said softly, and Daniel nodded, feeling the weight of her trust. The ship's lab was quiet, except for the hum of machines and soft voices. Scientists guided the process, explaining every step with patience and care. The alien girl lay down gently on a soft table designed for her body. The machines began to work, sending soft lights and sounds that filled the room. Daniel stayed close, holding her hand to give her strength. Time seemed to stretch as the process continued, each moment full of hope and fear. Suddenly, an alarm sounded sharply, breaking the quiet. A scientist shouted, "There's a problem with the crystal's energy levels." The room filled with tension as the team rushed to check the readings. The alien girl's eyes widened in fear. "Is it dangerous?" she asked softly. Captain Mark came quickly, his face serious. "We need to stabilize it or stop the process." The scientists worked frantically, adjusting machines and scanning data. Daniel squeezed the alien girl's hand tightly, whispering, "Stay strong. We will get through this." After tense minutes that felt like hours, the alarm stopped, and the machines returned to normal. The scientists sighed with relief. "The crystal's energy is unstable, but we managed to balance it for now." The alien girl nodded, feeling a mix of relief and worry. She knew this was only the beginning of many dangers. The process continued slowly, carefully. As the team watched every detail outside the ship, the planet shook again, a reminder of the limited time they had. The alien girl's hope grew stronger with every passing moment. She imagined the new life that could grow inside her, the future she dreamed of. Daniel stayed by her side, sharing quiet words of encouragement. The humans and the alien girl were connected by a fragile thread of trust and hope. But danger was never far, and the challenges ahead were many. One evening, as the machines rested and the team prepared for the next step, the alien girl and Sarah talked quietly in the ship's small garden. Sarah asked gently, "How do you feel about what is happening?" The alien girl looked at the glowing stars outside. "I feel afraid and hopeful at the same time. This chance is everything to me, but I know it will not be easy." Sarah smiled softly. "You are strong, and we believe in you." The bond between them was a bright light in the dark times. The next day, the scientists ran new tests to understand the crystal better. They discovered it was connected deeply to the alien girl's life force. The crystal helped protect her and the new life growing inside, but it was also delicate and easily disturbed. Captain Mark decided to send a small team to gather more data from the planet's ruins. They hoped to find clues that could help stabilize the process. The alien girl wanted to go, but knew she had to stay with the humans who were helping her. She prayed silently that their mission would succeed. Meanwhile, the humans returned from the ruins with strange artifacts and information. The new data helped the scientists improve the machines and the process, but it also revealed dangers no one expected. The planet was more unstable than they had thought, and the disease that killed the alien girl's species might still be present. The team faced tough choices and new fears, yet the alien girl's hope never faded. She believed that with trust and courage, they could overcome anything. The humans prepared for the final steps with care and determination. The alien girl rested, gathering strength for what was ahead. She knew the future was uncertain, but she was ready to fight for her people. Together, they faced danger, hope, and the unknown. And the story of the last alien girl and the humans continued. A story of courage, trust, and the power of hope in the darkest times. Asterisk. The days grew heavier with each passing moment as the humans and the alien girl faced new challenges. The ship was filled with quiet tension, the kind that comes when everyone knows something big is about to happen. The alien girl watched the humans carefully, trusting them but still afraid of what might come. She knew that their mission was more than science. It was a test of hope, courage, and trust. One morning, the scientists began a new stage of the process, a delicate step that required perfect timing. The alien girl lay on the soft table once more, surrounded by machines glowing softly. Daniel stayed close, holding her hand and speaking gentle words that helped calm her fears. Suddenly, the alarms rang out sharply, breaking the quiet like thunder. The readings showed dangerous fluctuations in the crystal's energy, and panic spread quickly. Captain Mark ordered everyone to act fast. "Stabilize the crystal now, or we must stop," he said, firmly. The scientists worked frantically, their hands moving over controls and screens. The alien girl squeezed Daniel's hand tightly, whispering, "Please don't give up on me." Outside the lab, the planet trembled, dust falling in soft clouds around the ship. Minutes passed like hours as the team fought to keep the process alive. Finally, a scientist's voice broke the silence. "We have it under control for now." Relief washed over the room. But the tension did not fully leave. The alien girl looked at the humans around her and saw the same mix of hope and fear she felt inside. That night, Sarah and the alien girl sat together in the ship's small garden. The stars above shone quietly as Sarah asked, "Do you trust us?" The alien girl smiled softly. "I want to trust, and I try, but fear is strong." Sarah nodded. "We understand, and we will do everything to protect you." Their bond grew stronger in the quiet moments, a light against the dark uncertainties. The next days brought more tests and challenges. The humans discovered that the alien girl's biology was unlike anything they had seen. Her body held secrets and powers that made the mission risky, but also full of hope. The crystal's energy was linked to her emotions and strength, making the process sensitive. Captain Mark gathered the crew and said, "We must be patient and careful. Every step we take must be with respect and understanding." The alien girl felt the weight of his words and knew the journey was far from over. One evening, a sudden power failure hit the ship, plunging the lab into darkness. The alarms stopped, and the soft glow of the machines died. The humans moved quickly to find the cause, their voices low but urgent. The alien girl felt fear rise again. Unsure if the delicate process would survive the blackout, Daniel found her and took her hand. "We will fix this," he said confidently. Hours passed before the power returned, and the machines hummed softly once more. The team checked every system, ensuring the process could continue safely. The alien girl's hope was tested but not broken. She saw how much the humans cared, how hard they worked to save her. Slowly, the new life growing inside her began to show signs of strength. The crystal glowed brighter, and the scientists smiled with cautious joy. But they all knew the mission was far from certain. Trust had become the most important tool they had. Trust in each other, in their shared hope, and in the future they dreamed of. The alien girl thought about her people, about the chance she was given. She whispered a prayer to the stars. "Thank you for this chance." The humans and the alien girl faced every challenge together. Their journey was a test of courage, faith, and the power of hope. And as the days passed, the bond between them grew, a bond that might change the fate of two species forever. Asterisk. The day had finally come, when the humans and the alien girl faced the future together. The ship was filled with a quiet energy, a mix of hope and nervousness. The alien girl stood tall, her eyes bright with the promise of new life. She looked around at the humans who had become her friends and protectors. Captain Mark nodded to her, his voice steady and kind. "We are ready." The scientists prepared the final steps carefully, their hands steady but their hearts racing. The alien girl felt a strange warmth inside her, a new power growing. She thought of her people, her home, and the chance to save what once was lost. Daniel stood close, offering a smile full of courage and hope. Together, they began the process that could change everything. The machines hummed softly, their lights dancing around the room. The crystal glowed brighter than ever, its energy filling the air. The alien girl closed her eyes, feeling the life inside her respond. The humans watched in silence, their breaths held tight with anticipation. Minutes passed slowly, each one heavy with meaning. Suddenly, a soft light filled the room, gentle and warm. The alien girl opened her eyes, a smile spreading across her face. The scientists cheered quietly, tears in their eyes. A new life had begun. A child that carried the hope of two species. Captain Mark stepped forward, his voice full of pride. We did it. The alien girl looked at the humans, gratitude shining in her eyes. She whispered, "Thank you for giving my people a future." Sarah took her hand gently. "We are honored to be part of this story." The ship's atmosphere changed, filled with joy and relief. The alien girl knew the journey was not over. But this was a new beginning, a beginning filled with promise and the chance to heal old wounds. The humans and the alien girl talked about the future, about the child growing inside her. They dreamed of worlds where both species could live together in peace. The alien girl thought about her people's stories, their songs and laughter. She hoped that soon, new songs would be sung, new stories told. Captain Mark prepared a message to send to Earth, sharing the news and the hope. The crew celebrated quietly, knowing they had done something important. Outside, the dying planet seemed to hold its breath, waiting for what would come next. The alien girl looked at the stars and felt a deep peace. She was no longer alone, and her people's story would continue. The child growing inside her was a symbol of hope and strength. Together, humans and the last alien girl had created a new future, a future where life could grow and thrive. No matter the darkness before, the stars shone brightly as the ship prepared to leave the broken planet. The alien girl stood by the window, watching the world she loved. She whispered a promise. "I will protect this new life, and I will fight for all who come after." The humans stood with her, ready to face whatever challenges awaited. Their journey had been hard, but their bond was strong. They had learned that hope, trust, and courage could change even the darkest fate. And as the ship lifted off, carrying life and dreams among the stars, a new chapter began, full of promise, love, and the power to survive.